We start New Year's with resolutions, goals, aspirations. We set targets to reach and methods by which to reach them, all for a supposed self-improvement, for a way to bring some goodness to our lives. Be it losing a certain amount of weight, reading a certain amount of books or articles, making enough drawings, videos, learning songs, applying to however many jobs. What happened to the original reason we set these targets in the first place? Why do I want to lose 4 kilograms in the first month of my goal set? Why do I want to go to the gym regularly and bring more creative projects to life? Honestly, what meaning do I give to a work of art if it's just an item in a checklist? A chore? A burden? What meaning do I give losing body fat? Being physically active, if it means I have no time to spend with the people I love? If it impacts my time to sleep enough each night? Or to have a life outside of work, which easily becomes work, gym, chicken, rice, work, gym. My overly ambitious goals were never going to be reached, but that's okay. A big part of me knew it, and an old version of myself would probably beat myself up for it, but regardless of the goals, I have majorly improved many aspects of my life and learned to accept the ebbs and flows the eternally flowing river brings to my sailboat, as rocky as it may be from the storm's winds. I suppose the month started strong, as I lost around 2 kilograms and was lifting quite heavy. There was an imminent change approaching, however, as one of my best friends was leaving the city at the end of the month. Honestly, this sucked. I have this love and hate relationship with the bittersweet feelings that goodbyes bring. This is someone that you'll be missing from your life, but this is someone that you get to miss in your life. This meant we were going to do what we knew best: dilly-dallying and eating together. A lot of eating. I explored the limits and depths of my bank account and the expansion range of my stomach. We did a load test on the belt buckle of my trousers and a thorough investigation on if the pizza at the local spot can get boring after the 3rd consecutive day of eating them. What goals? I can cram it to the last 2 weeks of February, who cares? Well, I can't really, but does it mean that I'm some loser who's using his friend's departure as some excuse to satisfy his gluttony? To satiate the insatiable greed that my bottomless pit of a stomach can only dream to satisfy? Not quite, I think. I deleted all social media apps from my phone, including YouTube. I'd allow myself to check Instagram to reply to my friends and see some art and fashion posts I'd saved on the browser for 5 minutes within each hour. And if I wanted to listen to a video or watch something, I would. I found myself job application maxing on LinkedIn. It honestly felt worse to do that for 30 minutes on my breaks at work than to smoke a cigarette as a person with asthma. The baking shifts I dread. There's no dignity felt in it for me. It all begins to feel like I've betrayed myself for nothing. But then, my friend comes over during my shift to say hi. The shifts got more bearable once I was determined to sleep more for them each night and try not to persevere with only 4 to 5 hours of sleep each night for weeks on end. Then came the horrors of the false promise of part-time work. What was supposed to be a small 3-day-a-week job became working 9 out of 10 days, 65 hours a week, 6 days a week. When am I supposed to go to the gym, see my friends, see my family? When do I have time to live? Such continued the horrors, in which I did what I could and began adding the right adjustment to the sails of this creaky boat. Whimsy. Cheerily speaking to customers on the front of house shifts, learning to make coffees better and better, smiling to the old couples, speaking to the fundraisers outside, experimenting with different combinations of syrups and alternative barista milks. The satisfaction received from a happy customer, be it a finance girlie telling me the vanilla latte I made for her in the morning made her whole day, or an old man celebrating his 84th birthday in for a coffee and carrot cake I baked, telling me he'd be back for the good coffee and great staff. These interactions all made it somewhat worth it. I found myself genuinely feeling like my little minimum wage job was making some difference in people's lives, even if it was just a small positive impact. Why should I succumb to no pressure at all and not follow my goals and aspirations and always be super disciplined? Why should I? Why should I be the kind of person that's working 60 hours a week instead of going to spend time with his friend for the final month he's here in the city? Spend my time on the Sigma grind set in the Iron Temple pumping 12 kilograms for slightly less puny arms. Why should I go have my balanced meal microwaved and ready to ingest when I can indulge in a fantastically designed local Vietnamese spot, sipping on the condensed milk coffee and exploring the combinations of my newly purchased kimchi sauce on the banh mi, all shared with my friend? Why should I choose these discipline-maxed goals, these important, necessary but dull targets that are for no one but myself, in the midst of the chaotic season I'm in? I shouldn't. I shouldn't have to, and I wouldn't, and I didn't, because the goodness and whimsy prevailed as intended. Love, according to Britannica.com, is defined as an emotion characterized by strong feelings of affection for another arising out of kinship, companionship, admiration, or benevolence. What does it mean to love someone, aside from this feeling of affection? When you feel deeply for your friends, for your partner, your children, do you also not find yourself wanting their comfort, happiness, stability at your own expense? Is the greatest act of love some form of self-sacrifice? Be it a mother letting her toddler have the last grape, a child letting their sibling have their bigger slice of cake, a friend treating you to a meal because they will miss you? What if it goes deeper? What use are my self-improvement goals if I cannot spend quality time with my friends because I'm busy reading to reach my 1 book a month goal, because I'm busy at the gym for my fitness goals, because I'm busy trying to think of an idea at home for my creative goals, trying not to rage at the keyboard learning a song or wasting paper for a sketch? Not doing these things is not self-sacrifice, it's a change of priorities. I should love myself. It is important. I should love myself enough that I want to be better for myself and for the people I love. I also know that I love my friends, and I would rather make the memories with them now than have my goals reached, however optimistic I was about them. Is it better to lose the body fat, or keep it where it is and maintain it due to sharing all the meals with a close friend, making timeless memories along the courses? Is it better to stress over the creative goal for the month, or to plan a surprise farewell party for your friend, carefully figuring out the meeting time, carefully planning out the courses of the meals to share with people you love? Is it better to read more, to reach 12 books a year, or should I spend my evenings reading the texts from my friend and reading the letters we wrote each other before he left? I haven't reached my goals from my initial video, but I think I sure have succeeded in bettering my life through mentality readjustments. To round off this February journal log, I think I'll be reflecting on why I set my goals in the first place. I found so much more enjoyment in doing these things because I genuinely love them, rather than because I've set myself a target to do them. As a result of this, I think I'll just be silently tracking my fitness progress, enjoying the journey, documenting my health, what I learn, and what I create as it all comes in its own time throughout the year. I'm glad to have been able to spend February with my friends as I did, and the start of March being comfortable with my own company, and I hope to continue to learn more about this world and more about myself. I'm super interested in seeing how the next log entry will turn out. I think this series is helping me so much in finding out what I truly enjoy. Time to keep on letting it all happen and adjusting my sails accordingly.
Bye.